Hello everybody and welcome to the CMC Markets Technical Insights video for the week of November 5th. My name is Toby Gennaro from Traded Precision. We'll go ahead and take a look at the S&P index. I think everybody's probably interested in taking a look at the indices, kind of the wild ride we have today after the general elections that we had for the President of the United States yesterday, and here it is the following day, and we still don't have an elected president. So there's probably going to be some court action around that, a little uncertainty, which the markets don't typically like, but I think the markets got enough of certainty yesterday that might just downplay the fact that whoever gets elected, there will be enough bureaucracy across both the Senate and the House of Representatives that the newly elected president, regardless of who it might be, is not really going to be able to potentially enforce their agenda as much as they would like. So a little bit of an offsetting change of events there in the Senate and the House of Representatives. That's basically how we get bills and how we get laws passed in this country. And so I think that is what the upside action is. The market's predicting that, hey, there isn't going to be a whole lot of new legislation out. There's probably going to be a lot of bureaucracy over the next 4 years. That's going to hold that up. It's going to keep things kind of in more of a stable situation, and the markets like stability. They like consistency, and that's why we're seeing a little run-up in the price action today. But I wanted to review that with you. I'm looking at the 1 month, the weekly, and the daily charts. And we'll be taking a look here at, I really like the monthly chart here. We've been in a consolidation here for about 4 months, bouncing off the top and then bouncing off this low level of around 32, 31, all the way up to almost touching that 3,600 level. And you can see that a little bit better on the weekly chart. 2 touches down here around 32.25, and then haven't really retested the 35.83. We've come pretty close, but haven't quite gotten up there yet. But we still have, we had a nice rejection candle here last in the weekly chart that broke up and went for a little bit of a run and then pulled back, I think primarily because of the incoming election and what that might bring, the uncertainty. And so we got a bearish candle going into that. And then just at the start of the month, which was a new candle, November 1, election was on November 3rd. And all of a sudden we have a rally on the outcome of that election. Even though we don't know who the president is, we know a lot of who the elected senators and the House of Representatives are, which gives people a comfortable feeling that there won't be too many crazy changes going on in the United States anytime soon. So with a nice big candle right there, it's a monthly candle. It's just at the beginning of the month, which I kind of hate because you've got to wait, or I'm sorry, the beginning of the week. Since we're on the weekly chart here. So this one's actually going to wrap up at the end of, Friday, so 2 days from now. So we'll be able to find out what's going to happen here. If it's going to stay the same and close out, then we'll get a nice bullish candle in and around that buy zone. And then we'll get a move. Potentially, I'm thinking of a break, up to the high and potentially maybe even a break above that 35.75 level. I don't anticipate or see really any on a breakout to a higher high. I don't see any divergence happening. We've got some divergence here on the RSI, but the MACD has pretty much gone flat, and I think anything higher, it would actually edge up just slightly higher to create even more convergence. And then here we have everything's pretty much flat across. So the weekly looks pretty good, and then on the daily, we don't have any higher highs or equal highs in place, so there's no chance for any divergence there. So it looks like things are going to potentially move higher from here, from what I can see technically. And as long as we can get the election voting and the recounts cleared up in the next few days, maybe by early next week, then I think the market's going to continue. It might continue in this range until it actually gets cleared up, but then I think at some point we're going to look for a retest of that 35.80 level, potentially hit that 3,600 and beyond. I just can't see where the market's going to go, even though a lot of tech stocks seem to be overpriced. Things are trading well above 18 times earnings. There's still some good opportunities around some different equities that make sense for people to rotate into. So for right now, don't see really any downtrend coming. Just see more upside. Trump has been very good for the economy in terms of different foreign relations moves and different negotiations he's done in terms of free trade agreements, which has kept jobs up here in the U.S. If we get a vaccine, which will kind of sideline the pandemic, then I would expect the market to take another run based on that information and have the economy and the whole GDP get more in sync with what's expected. So those are really, that's really kind of the chart setup right there. Got to wait for this weekly candle to close out, for the next candle to form, and then we'd look for the break of that high moving up to new highs. So hope that technical analysis helps and a little understanding there of what's going on with the election. Have a great rest of the week trading, and we'll look forward to talking to you next time. Take care.